Yeah, yeah. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I see a dream, that dream is green. And I don't mean material things. Come to the land, child, woman, and man. As we take up for what we stand. Better days and better nights. As we stand and unite. We're one and the same. Why is it so hard not to point and to blame? Better sheet, get our houses in order and we'll see the peace. There are steps that we must take if we wanna see.
I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us.
The sake of us, the sake of us.
I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us. No more failing, telling me and beneath. What a beautiful moment, and a sight I can't wait to see. Even if I miss it, at least I wasn't part of the mission. Changing lives of men, women, and children. Our glory goes to He that causes us all to be. Oh. Show them that just as long as we stand, a monument. We the people can't be broken as long as we stay focused. I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us. For the sake of us. I see my people rising, no more stopping us. Couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us. I see my people rising, yeah.
On the messenger, his message. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Peace to you all. Peace to you all. I am Chief Prince Shema Onasi Karashi Shema. I got my Isha, my wife here.
Shalom, shalom, everyone. I am Princess Amuna or Nasika Amuna.
We're just getting some things in order, sharing the link for everyone. Those that was interested. If you can right now, those of you that's interested, just in Hebrew in general, whatever dialect, whatever it may be, if you're interested in it, just share it. Share the link right now. We're going to get started in literally a couple minutes, but I just want to give people some time. I don't know what that was. Give people some time to come in. All right. And if you if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure you do so. Make sure you do so. Shalom, shalom. Akoti. Did you have anything you want to say?
Just want to say shalom, shalom to all those that are watching and joining in. And shalom, shalom to my sister.
All right. So what are we here for, you all? What are we here for? We're going to give, again, another minute or so. Give y'all a chance to share it. This is the time to share it. We're about to get started in 1 second. All right. We'll do a little quick prayer. Since we live, might as well do a quick prayer, right? All right. Bodenu abinu malkinu. Ani mevakesh shenabo lakase shelka. Salak lanu alkol tamashehi gufanit ruchani wanafshin. Babakasha. Shma'atako shalanu. Oh, great King, we ask to approach your throne. Please forgive us for any uncleanness that is spiritual, physical, and mental. We ask that you have a voice. We thank you for keeping those that are watching right now, those that's watching back later, keeping them safe, keeping us safe on our day, oh great King. We thank you for preserving our life over the course of what took place over the last couple of days. We're grateful. You have solidified more than you have prior, and even more so that you're going to do in the future, that you are King of all. You're the supreme King. You're the protector, the creator. You are the person that has mercy and grace upon your people, upon those that serve your great King. We glorify your name, and we forever serve you in private and in public. Halueta Mahoaniski, Halueta Koachaniski, Halueta Maleka Elion. Praise the eternal power. Praise the supreme King, and praise the one who causes to exist. Hallelujah. All right, you all. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Put some ones in the chat if you are ready. This is going to be about 40 minutes. All right. So what is the purpose of today? I got my little notes so I can make sure I am on time, because you know how I can be. You know how we can be in general, but basically me, I guess. About 45 minutes is what we're going to be doing. All right. So this is called LASHON. This is called LASHON Institute. And this is the presentation for it. So what is the objective, right? Why are we introducing this platform? All right, the topics that we're going to be covering is dealing with Hebrew itself. So it's not a Hebrew lesson. It's to bring out the official introduction of LASHON Institute. All right, so let's go into it. All right, so what problem is LASHON solving? What is LASHON solving? Shalom, shalom to you, Prince. Those that's on Facebook right now, please come on over. Come on over, Ab. I see you on Facebook. Shalom, shalom. Come on over to YouTube. Those on Facebook, come on YouTube, because we are about to. You're not going to be able to see the presentation when we actually share the screen on Facebook. So, House of Balance Network on YouTube. All right. So, what is the topic? And what is the problem within our community when it comes to Hebrew in general? What is LASHON for? Right? We want to make sure that we represent the roots within biblical. A lot of people in our community, they are hesitant with dealing with any form of Hebrew that is not what they call Paleo Hebrew. I'm not going to get into a lesson because that's a whole nother conversation. But Paleo is a script. It conveys the language. So Hebrews in ancient times, in Moses or Moshe time, we weren't the only ones using the Paleo script. It is something that conveys the language. A better answer or question that should be asked is modern Hebrew today utilizing every form of what it speaks biblical roots? That's the better question. Not if today's modern Hebrew in general, it's if all the words, everything that's being said, is it derived from biblical roots? And that is what LASHON is coming to answer. All right. Another problem we have within our community is a lot of people that consider themselves students, not knowing which vocabulary is biblical. We just talked on that. A lack of structure, progression. So many times, a lot of people that don't go forward with Hebrew or learning it is because they don't have something structured that helps them to progress. All right. A lack of community. That's what the purpose of LASHON is for. You all are going to see some of the things that we're going to offer for different communities. It's going to be for the masses. It's going to be for those of us that are within the Hebrew community, but also it has sections to where if you are an assembly, your specific assembly will have sessions as well, right? Lack of consistency. Everything is dealing with consistency. We could deal with that with anything in regards to life. I was talking to my family earlier today, and I was speaking of a lot of us, we have strengths in certain subjects more than others. And the ones that have more strength in certain areas is because they're more consistent in that, right? And that's the whole point of community. We're supposed to build each other, iron sharper iron. So if someone is lacking in one area, then the other person is supposed to help. That still happens with Hebrew. There are some consistent people in this community that want to learn Hebrew, but they can't be consistent with it because they don't have other people that's being consistent with them. You're talking about people that don't even know Hebrew that's learning it. It's impossible. We're not immersed in it, like being a part of a community that's learning a certain language. That is what Lashon is for. Most apps teach words, but not a long-term journey. Few platforms preserve the integrity of biblical roots. I'm not going to get into that today. Maybe another day when I come and continue to promote it. But a lot of words that we speak, even in modern Hebrew, the roots is not Hebrew. The roots is derived from different ethnic groups. Some could be Yiddish, but the word that they're using is not the Yiddish word for the word that they're using, but they may be using roots of it. Aramaic, other European dialects, right? So most apps don't do this. They don't keep the integrity of the biblical roots. But Lashon, that's what we're going to do. All right. And that's what we're doing now, even to start. So what's the vision of Lashon? We're about to get into showing you all this in 1 second. But what's the vision of Lashon Institute? Is to preserve biblical Hebrew, preserving biblical Hebrew, learning through structured progression, like we said, building confidence instead of memorization. A lot of us memorize prayers, greetings, words here and there, but we don't have the confidence to speak it. We don't have the confidence to converse in it. We get on Duolingo, on monthly languages, on Rosetta Stone, on Pim's Lure, but we don't have the confidence, right? Creating an actual Hebrew community. That's what Lashon is for. That's what the purpose is for. That's why we want you all to share this video. We want those of you all that's going to become interested in this to promote it. You're going to be the biggest promoter. We all are, right? Long-term curriculum rather than isolated lessons. You're going to get a piece of that as we go through the actual platform in a minute. Technology serving biblical education instead of replacing it. We're emphasizing that it's not simply an app. So these apps is replacing the educational part of it. And when you're thinking of the educational part of it, it's actual immersion. Immersion is part of the education. Messing up, being a part of people that's at a higher level than you are. If we're not doing that, we're not going to progress. We're not going to learn the language that we want. All right, so let's go ahead and show you all the platform. Let's bring it up. You all should be able to see it. Did you have anything before we continue? Continue?
Not yet.
All right. I wanted to put this on a different screen to make sure I am following along, but we're going to do it. All right.
You have a way I could pull that up here?
I should have had it on my phone, but you know, it's okay. Told them to buy. All right. So here's the home. When you first go to the platform, this is the home, this is a logo, right? Learn to speak Hebrew while preserving the integrity of its biblical roots. That's what we focus on. All right. So when you first come on, you have a Hebrew word of the day, halak, right? A lot of people in our community, one of the biggest things that we mess up with is we will take the root words and we make it a present tense, conversing it as though it's present tense, right? So asa, halak right here. This is past tense and it's third person masculine singular. So he walked, but we're not gonna get into that. That's not what we get into. You all can see too, you have the paleo. So you have paleo and you have, for those that want to deal with only paleo, even if you don't want to deal with the dialect that we are doing, you will still grow and benefit from this because you will find out different sentences that you definitely don't know, right? But you may don't know the letters in paleo, and you can build your vocabulary that way. All right. One of the things that we do, we have first is we want to make sure we represent the community. So the Lashon community, what this is, the tree is growing. Join a growing community, learning Hebrew while preserving the integrity of its biblical roots. We said that every lesson learned, every member welcome helps the tree flourish. So as this grows, the tree is going to grow, right? Scriptures always deal with calls us trees a lot of times, right? Representation, personification of trees. But it lets us know how many Lashon Institute members there are, how many founding members. When people join this, it's going to cut off at 100. If you want to be a founding member, there's going to be a lot of perks with it. I say a few perks or many. I'm not going to say a lot, but it's going to be some perks with it. Well, being a founding member, you'll be representing Lashon through the course of your growth and your building process as well. So that'll be some things that's set apart for you. It'll keep track of these things. It shows how many total in the community. So for those that visit, they'll get to see that. Explorers is for those, it's free. So if you join Lashon, you can still join it for free. You don't have to become a Lashon Institute member. I'll talk about that later, but the free it's not going to have as many perks. It's going to be some limits, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. All right. So this is we're using my platform or my dashboard as an example, right? There's going to be about 9 different levels. Some of you are already familiar with Duolingo and monthly languages, and so you're kind of familiar with some of these things. It keeps keeps your streak and all those different things, your progress, your points, and you're going to get prizes and things for that as you continue to build, right? So it keeps track of all these things, your daily activity, all these different things, and we wanted to keep the appearance, the aesthetics, like royalty, dealing with gold, right? Let's see. So it lets you know when you want to resume your lesson, continue learning, all these different things. All right. Let me see what else we got down here. So these are other ways to get to the lessons. This is the home page. So you can go to everything right from your home page. Okay. On the bottom, you all see down here, when you do join, if you click this, it allows you, if there's any bug reports, you can send it to us, suggestions. We'll consider it. Doesn't mean we're going to do it, but we may do it. Feature requests, certain things that you might think that could help improve it. This is the first version of it. We already got some things in the queue that we want to do to improve it, to make it even more aesthetic, make it pop out even more, and just some more perks. But this is just the initial, I want to say launch. I don't want to say launch, but initial version of it. So those of you that join, you get to start and build with us. All right. Let's go to, let me make sure I didn't miss anything before we go. All right. Let's go to the next one. Trying to keep my time right. We're going to get to the meat of it in 1 second. All right. So this one is for those I typically used to teach, and I still think it's the most effective way of learning a language, is speaking and listening first. All right. But we have a reading foundation for biblical Hebrew. I stuck with biblical Hebrew. I know when people in our community think of biblical Hebrew, we're thinking of parsing. We're thinking of, learning how to just read. We're thinking of learning how to, those that's on Facebook right now, come on over to YouTube so you can see what we're presenting. We're on YouTube right now. We're presenting it for the people so you can see it visually. So come on over to YouTube, House of Balance Network. So when we use the term biblical Hebrew, we're specifically talking about the root words, right? Keeping everything being biblically rooted. That is the foundation. That is the goal. And it's going to take work as we go. Everything that we have up on the platform now is still growing. A lot of you are on Duolingo right now, but you don't know in the beginning stages, they didn't have nowhere near as many words and verbs and stuff like that they have now. They had to grow and build through it. With us, we are going through every word that we could possibly think of, learn, or the words that we know to make sure it has a biblical root. If it doesn't, then we go back to the biblical text itself to see if there is already a word for it. Because sometimes modern Hebrew, it was shifted. It would misrepresent the definition of the root and they modernize it. Or it will be if they will use the root and it'll be a whole different meaning itself. So we're sifting through all these things and we're applying it to Lashon. All right. So the Reading Foundations guides members from recognizing individual letters. So if you don't know your letters, you can learn it on here to confidently read approved Lashon vocabulary. We'll get into that in a minute. Members begin with the Hebrew alphabet, immediately pair letters with vowel points, progress through syllables and short words, and ultimately reinforce the same vocabulary used throughout Lashon Institute curriculum. All right, so let's keep going. So now you have the option to do block script, paleo script, or both. You have the option to deal with that. Okay, so this is just the letter section when you're learning your letters. So you're learning a bit in modern script and you're learning a bit in paleo script. And as you grow on, this all builds your points up, right? So you have Gimel, right? So you find Gimel, you click it, but it's showing you this from paleo script and modern script. Or you have the option to just do paleo script, right? So we got the both. So this helps build your point. And as you can see, when you go down here, you start to see when you master the letter, you see how these circles come around. I don't know if you all can see it. Let me go to the StreamYard. Please let us, okay. I don't know if you all, well, yeah, you all can see it. I can see it myself. So you see how some of them are fully circled? At that point, the continuation of the repetition, everything is repetition. So when you're going to a class once a week, when you're going to a group class once a week, when you're in meeting up with your assembly twice a week, most people, after they go to the class, I know this because we taught and we teach classes and groups. Most people, once they leave, they learn their Hebrew when they come to the class. This is what caused us to create this. They learn their Hebrew at class. When they leave it, they do not continue because most people they talk to speaks English. So it's hard to retain these things. So let's keep going. This is mainly for beginners that may not know the letters already, right? This starts to help builds your points up too as well. Okay, let's go to the next. Let me make sure there's nothing that I missed before we go forward. Did you have anything as I go through this?
No, I just let them know if they have any questions. Just let us know if there's any concerns, but not just yet.
All right. So let's get to the lessons, y'all. We're just going to go through every page on here, and once we're done, we good. So it shouldn't take that long. I'll try my best not to be too long with it. So this is the lessons. All right. So what I want to do, I want to start with immersion first. The immersion lessons is we go through every verb. And the way that we do it is we pick the most commonly used verbs that we all use in English, right? So it can be an easier transition for you when you're going from learning, of course, English to Hebrew. So we want to use the most commonly used words. In that, we go through the verbs and create about 12 to 15 sentences. 12 to 15 sentences, you all. Those on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, House of Balance Network, so you can see what we're showing them. 12 to 15 sentences. And what that does, let me go to it for you before we go to the lessons. All right, let's go to it really quickly because I'm going out of order right now, but I'm going to go ahead and click this. As you all can see, this is going to be it's going to be audios for every verb, and it goes straight through. It'll have all the sentences, and what happens is I'm repeating. And when my Isha does it as well, we're going to have her do it as well. But we repeat each sentence multiple times. Okay. On here, it's a 7-day guided progression. So on day 1, you're not allowed to go to day 2, day 3, day 4, none of that. So you can't just click it, press play, and then fast forward it, and then you go to the second level. You can't do that. You have to literally, at bare minimum, listen to day 1 5 times. Why? Because you're speaking English all day. 9 times out of 10, when you study Hebrew, you might study it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, but you're not engaging your ears. The best way to learn a language first is hearing. When you have a child, that child does not know how to speak first. It listens to you and studies you, it stares at you. Those of you on Facebook, come on over to YouTube so you can see what we're sharing. It studies what you're saying. It's looking at your mouth move, right? It's just playing back everything. So listening is first. So this guides you. And what it does is it has it at 0.85. So it's slower. Regular speed is 1. So for the first day, you're only listening to it at 0.85 speed. I'm going to let you all hear it in 1 second. And you have to listen to it 5 times in order to progress in this particular section. And as you get to, and it lets you know how many sentences, it lets you know how many words for your vocabulary word. It shows the goals and everything like that, right? It tells you 5 to 7 times, 10 to 15 minutes. Once you get to day 2, day 3, the speed starts to change. I'm not able to do it right now with you all on here to show you, but like when you get to day 3, it'll go to speed 1, right? When you get to day 4, it go to 1.25. You can get to day 6, it go to 1.30. So now the purpose is by the time you get to day 7, your ears have become acclimated to the speed. So when you're talking to your child, when the child is born, you're saying, cookie, do you want a cookie? And then you start to speed it up. And the child is able to catch it at that pace. That's the same thing. A lot of people are going to get bored from that. But this is one of the most effective ways to be able to catch and hear when somebody is speaking it fast. And we're implementing it in this program right here. Okay. You also have, when you play it, let me show you all. Beruchim Habaim. Welcome to the Lashon Institute. Hebrew immersion. To go. Lalechet. To go. Lalechet. I'm going home now. Masculine. Male says this. Ani olech labayit alta. Ani olech labayit alta. All right, so it's saying it very slow, but in the normal speed is one you will hear it. Also, some of you may know some Hebrew that's on right now. Can you tell me what you heard that was different? Right? What did you hear that was different? The word for now in modern Hebrew is akshal or akshav. The problem with that is that's not Hebrew. It's post-biblical Hebrew. Akshav or akshal is not, you're not finding that in biblical Hebrew. The word now is going to be ata. Not eta like you, but ata with an ayin. So we're purposely making sure the words that we speak is that. Now, when you go here, also, as you're listening to it, you're able to click this right here. I don't know if you all are going to see it because it's going to probably take me to another screen. Let me check. Okay. So it does bring it up. But on your phone, because we're still making some changes on this, because most of you all are going to do this from your phone. And when you do it from your phone, it's going to be like an app. On your phone, when you click this, you're able to listen to it and you're able to read it. One of the things I have to change now that I'm thinking about it is making sure, and I think that is the case, making sure you're not able to read it yet, because you can't read until the 3rd day. The 1st and the 2nd day, you're only listening. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else that we have on this that I missed? So it's telling you it's guided speed. So you cannot go past 8.5. After you are done with your 7th day for this particular verb, right? Laleket, with this particular verb, then you'll be able going forward to change the speed to how you want for this particular verb. The next verbs that you learn, you can't change the speed until you complete 7 days. And then it's a program to show you how to shadow. All of this is for you all to build up, being able to converse. If you follow it, that's the thing. If you join this, whether it's as an explorer or as a member, you have to follow the program, especially on the immersion lessons. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the next one. Is there any questions so far? You all can hold your questions until the end, but I'm trying to get through it. There's a lot, but it's not a lot. Shalom, shalom, Adon Luther. If you're just coming in now, you may have to start back because we're in this towards the second part right now, third part actually. But welcome, welcome. And I hope that this is beneficial for you. All right. So now we're going to go back to the lessons. Why did I go back? What the lessons do is it extracts from the immersion lessons. What does that mean? All the words, nouns, adjectives, verbs, everything that's being put in Lashon is being vetted. So each couple days, each week, it's being vetted. It's more verbs, more sentences being put in it, but every sentence has to have a biblical root. Right? So the purpose of the lessons is to extract from the immersion. So now these lessons is going to be for you all, right? So when you come on and you click this, you will have begin your vocabulary. So it'll give you vocabulary words. Then you have sentence builders. Some of you are familiar with something like this. Here's the catch though with this. The catch with this, right now we are using AI on this part to speak it. Probably in the next week, it'll just be our voices. The reason why it's like that is because it's programmed to extract and create sentences based upon your level, right? So let me click this so you all can see what I'm talking about.
אני הלכתי אל הבית.
All right. So after you learn your letters and after you have went through the immersion lessons, by the time you come to the lessons, this is going to test you. You should already know some of these words. You should already know what halakti is, right? Because remember, in the very first page, halak is he walked. That's the root. Halakti is I walked, past tense, right? Some people think that you don't have to put ani because ani is already the word for I, but biblically speaking, you will see this being done. You can say halakti by itself, and it still means I walked, but you also could say ani halakti el habayit, right? So this right here, you'll be able to click it, and you have to make sure you got it in the right order. And this helps build. You go to the next sentence, right? You also can put paleo script. You can take the block off, and it can only be paleo script, as you all can see down here. For those that really want to learn the paleo, we are under the firm belief that I do believe that the biblical Hebrew that we're speaking right now is, I won't say it's exactly how they spoke, Moshe and them, but I don't agree or believe that it's just fully off. That's my take. It's not about dialects. This is about helping you all grow in whatever dialect you speak. So we're trying to bring as much tools as we can on this platform that you could utilize for whatever dialect you speak. If you're a person that speaks the dialect that we speak, then this is completely perfect for you, right? You also have the option to do both at the same time. So as you all can see, you have etah right here, and then you have etah right here for paleo. Okay? You can take the transliteration off, you keep it on, you can take that. So you have options, okay? So that's this portion of the lessons. You also have speaking. Now let's see if it'll work while I have you all on. I don't know if it will. Right here, you will have this sentence, and it's going to record. I'll keep it like that. It'll record you saying it, and it'll give you a certain percentage of how close it was. We're still working on that to make sure it's accurate, but let's test it out. Aniyalakti el habayit. Oh, so it says 68%. You all see that? Now you all know I said it correctly, but it has a certain percentage based upon the hearing of how you say it. So we're still working on that to build it, but it shows that you were correct. Okay, you'll go to the next sentence, you'll do the same thing. So that's working on you speaking. It has that portion of it too in the lessons program. All right. Is there any questions so far? I'll take a break to get a question in right now, and then we're going to go ahead and continue with the next parts. Okay. With the lessons, it is progressive unlocking. So right now you just have one portion of the lesson. So as you go through it, it's going to progressively unlock other levels, helping you build confidence. You have something?
I was just gonna say there's no questions right now.
Uh-huh.
And then just to encourage those that do plan on getting on the app, it is best to do the immersion first, especially if you're not really knowledgeable of a lot of these words and the sentences, because the immersion is going to get you acclimated to hearing it over and over. And then after that, like Maish said, you'll be able to test yourself with the lessons. And it's important that it stays locked, because I know a lot of people may try to just, well, let me go further, and that can cause more confusion. Again, I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 4 years for 2 private schools, and I've grown and learned what methods work best for the students. And one of it is, of course, taking my time slowly and getting them used to little bit at a time, so that they can get acclimated with it. And then from there, you test them based on what you've taught them. And other programs use that same method, but this one locks it to where you can't go forward.
Yes.
And it's not to hinder you, but it is to help you.
It's to help build you. Okay.
I was finished.
It's to help build and strengthen you, because think about it, it's a lot of us on Duolingo. I don't know if my Amora Ethan is on here, but a lot of people use Duolingo and they fly through it. They got a whole thousands of points, and they can't speak it. All right. So we purposely have these things set. And if you're really trying to grow and learn, take advantage. It's only going to get better. And it's already starting off really good. All right. Let's go ahead and finish. We're about 37 minutes in. I'm a little past what I said I was going to do, but I want to get us through this because we're getting to the meat in a minute. So this is the lessons. It's going to continue to grow. Right now it just has La Leket and La Bo. We have three or four immersion lessons in there. Trust me, you're not going to get through it quick. You shouldn't get through it quick, right? And each week is going to be a new one being put on there. So let's go to the next one. The translator. Oh my goodness, y'all. When we was creating this, I was like, man, what can be different? Again, you all, if you are on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, House of Balance Network, so you can see what we're showing the people. I was like, how can we have something that everything is there? They don't have to go nowhere, right? A lot of us, we'll be on Duolingo or wherever we're at, but we still got to go to Google Translate. We still got to go to Reverso Context. On this app, you have your translator right here, right? The translator is going to, you have a translator and then you have a generator, okay? The generator helps you for difficulty. You have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Sentence practice, Hebrew conversations, conversation scenarios, right? And you could pick whole curriculum or just vocabulary word, root, family, all. You have different picks. And when you press generate practice, it will pull up sentences for you, okay, depending on your level. So I'll click it just to show an example. It's taking a slow time. All right, there we go. So a beginner sentence, right? So it has this right here. You have the option for paleo once again. And in the beginning of it, not the beginning, I'm sorry, towards the end, you're able to showcase if you always want the paleo block script, whatever, right? So it takes it, if you look at this, these are words that we implemented through our sentences. It's not, you can't just go on and search words that's not in the system. And it's on purpose, right? If you're really trying to figure out a word, like, I don't know, you want to know what car is. In modern Hebrew, it's mekonit, but it's no word for car in biblical Hebrew. So we had to utilize the biblical words that we know in the text to create a word for car, right? Kelinasia is the word that we use for car. Mekonit is not biblically rooted at all, right? But keli nasiya, keli is an instrument in a biblical text, right? Nasiya is dealing with nasa, dealing with traveling, lifting. So a traveling is a vehicle or instrument, right? It's a moving instrument that lifts. So keli nasiya is what we use for vehicle or car. And that's in this program. But these are words that's within those immersion lessons right here. And it'll pull it up for you. It'll generate it. And these words right here, we didn't see it. We didn't see these words in the lesson, but it does it through the generator. All right. He's coming with me today. Hubaitiayon, right? And another word, a way to say, I'm not going to like with us. Imanu, you all know Emmanuel, with us, right? So iti is a form that's used in biblical Hebrew as well. M with, iti with me. All right, let's keep going. So that's the generator, and you all can see it's a lot of different ones you can pick from. Vocabulary practice, Hebrew review sessions that you had, all of those good things. Now the translator is a little different. This is where you have two different ones. This will reference any word dealing with like from the root. But right here, this is dealing with sentences. It may generate a few different examples of your sentence. So I don't know. Let's put, I want to go to the store. All right. Now I know for a fact I don't have a sentence just yet that I put in the system for store. So let's see what happens. Nor have I put a sentence in there for want. Rotse. So it shows right here, partially approved. Most words are approved. See reference vocabulary below, right? So it's letting you, as the person that's in this platform, see what words is biblically rooted, what words is not, okay? You go down here, you have Ani rote lalechet el hachonut, right? El, you can use lamet, because el is like towards. That's biblical. But lamet, it's nothing wrong with using lamet. So I'm going to make sure I have that in there in the future sentences to go. But right here it says the translation contains vocabulary that has not yet been introduced in the approved LASHON curriculum. It is shown as a reference translation only and is not considered part of the current learning path. But it will be, you all. So just as the days go and the weeks go, it's going to continue to grow. But it has a good enough foundation for you all. Laleket is one of the words we have up in there. Okay. Rotse is not in there, but it's good that it shows you this. Store is not in there. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next thing. So we have favorites. I haven't favorited anything, but you have a section where you can favorite your favorite words, your favorite cards, things like that. This is the part right here, fellowship. All right. This is basically equivalent to friendship. So like you can friend people just like you can on Duolingo. You can have challenges with each other that we're going to be having. You have your leadership boards, all those different things. You can find members. So those who may join, you can search them out. You can look at the people. Let me see. Sent requests, cancel. All right. I know that I'm friends with my Isha. I have to find her. So this is the leadership board. It kind of tells you, this is more everything I was telling you all about. He just signed up today, I believe. But it'll have your points. It'll have all of your accomplishments, things like that. Have the challenges when they're up there, all of those good things. The progress. So your progress has your points, but it has this right here. It's going to be different levels, right? So at the end of the day, once you get to the mastery level, that's when your tree grows, right? Have your branches, your roots, all those good things. Shows you where your current lesson is, your current immersion lesson is, shows the achievements that you're looking towards, right? Shows some different rewards that's going to be happening as you all go, as you all grow in your points. All right. Something else I wanted to bring out before we get done. The settings. This is where you can deal with, if you want to deal with Nakud or without Nakud, paleo only or block and paleo, you have the option of changing that. The voice can be male or female, or keep it default. Playback speed, don't really worry about this. Stay with the program because that's going to help you get where you want to go. That's it for that. All right. So let me bring out to you all. I already talked to you all about the immersion. I'll talk to you all about the translator, the generate engine, the fellowship. I want to bring it up so you all can see it. Let me see. Go back to the fellowship. We're going to go back to this in a minute. When you scroll all the way down, yeah, these are a lot of things right here, you all. This is what you all are going to build up to. All right. Where is it? There we go. So it says my fellowship. So when I open this, I should see my Ishai as my friend. These are the fellowship requests when people want to friend you. These are leaderboard challenges. We went through that. But in the community, you can build your community with your assembly and stuff like that. Okay. Let me click on this right here. So this must be you right here. Request leadership. Huh. Okay, so we're connected. It shows that right there. So it shows who you're connecting with. Right here, it shows the founder members, Institute members, explorers. This is the free. All right. Let's go here. So now we're going to go through the 9 levels and we're going to close out after that. Any questions? Not yet? All right. So here are the 9 levels that you're going to accomplish in this first wave, I should say, of Lashon, because it's going to become greater or better, right? But the level 1 is seeker. That's what you all see me, my Ishai, anybody that's on right now. We're starting as a seeker. The learner has chosen to begin the journey. At this stage, they are becoming familiar with the Hebrew alphabet, the structure of the platform, and the habits required for consistent learning. The emphasis is on commitment and laying a foundation. The level 2 is wayfarer. The learner is no longer merely exploring, but has begun walking the path consistently. Daily practice, vocabulary growth, and reading exercises become part of their routine. This stage represents momentum. Level 3 is the builder. The learner begins constructing a solid foundation. Vocabulary, reading, pronunciation, and grammar start connecting together. Instead of isolated facts, they begin seeing the language as an integrated system. Why are these levels important and what makes it different than Duolingo? It's a little more challenging here, and it's going to be a little more effective. If you're able to build in these levels, that means you're starting to retain it. You're starting to actually be able to, if someone's speaking to you, you can catch it when it's being said, right? Level 4 is the scribe. The learner has developed enough proficiency to read with greater confidence and write simple biblical Hebrew with understanding. So you're able to write it, read it. Reading becomes increasingly natural and comprehension deepens. Level 5, teacher. The learner has gained enough understanding to begin helping newer students. Teaching reinforces mastery. And I believe that wholeheartedly because you actually learn more when you're a teacher, right? As you're teaching the students or the people that you're building with, you actually learn more because now you're knowing different approaches, different methodology. And that's what happened right now. That's why Lashon is born. We have taught, as Maisha said, for 3-4 years, in different groups and one-on-ones, and we learned, okay, this method is not helping or is more so on the people. What can we do to get them more engaged? What can we encourage them and structure for them to stay consistent? And this is where we're at right now. Level 6 is an elder, right? Of course, everyone's not going to be an elder, but one thing I remember Chief Principal and he'll say, elder, it is an age number, but in our community, it's both in age, being age 50, but it's also in where your level at and not your knowledge, right? Yeah, your integrity, your behavior, right? Your competency. So you can be 20, 30 years old and can be an elder compared to actual elder when it comes to knowledge. So that's how it is with this app. You might be 20 years old, but you could be on level 6 and be an elder. Knowledge has matured into wisdom through consistent practice. At this level, the learner demonstrates stability, discipline, and long-term faithfulness in their studies. Level 7. Oh no, I got to change these. Never mind. I got to bring this up. These are not the levels. It's 3 more levels that I'll reveal soon, but those are not the levels right there. So we talked about the community tree. We talked about the future roadmap a little bit. So the curriculum is going to expand. It's going to be more conversations. Like I said, each week it's going to be a new immersion lesson each week. But you will probably be stuck on the first lesson for a week. You can revisit it if you don't feel you're ready to go to the next immersion lesson or verb, but you definitely won't be able to pass the verb until you finish a whole week of doing it. AI tutor improvements, additional reading courses, advanced biblical grammar, mobile improvements, certificates is going to come through, live events, all this stuff is going to be happening as we go. Okay. Now I'm opening the floor for any questions. Is there any questions, any thoughts, any comments that has been said so far? Any questions, any thoughts? To become a founding member or a member in general, it is $19.99 a month. The Explorer is free, but again, let me bring this up so you all can see it. So for example, the Explorer will only be able to look at these first 2. Immersion lesson 1 and immersion lesson 2. The immersion lessons after that, you won't be able to access. You only will be able to access the first 2. Same with the translator. If you want to use a translator or the generator, you only will be able to use this about 5 times a day. So it's different levels or perks when it comes to just being the Explorer. So you still will be able to be on it. But as far as when you become a member, that's when you get all of the perks. All right. Did you have anything? Any thoughts?
I'm ready to see if there's any comments or questions concerning the program or concerning the app. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Come on now, don't be shy. It's a bunch of you all in here. If you have any questions, please. If I have the answer, we're going to give it to you. Again, this is the beginning, and I'm ecstatic. We're going to be the #1 users. You know, creating this is extremely important. I was talking to my grandmother, my mother, my aim, my Santa earlier, and you know, I talked to them. They knew I was trying to push down this direction. Me and my Isha was talking about different ways of improving and things like that. This is going to be very beneficial for those that's truly wanting to learn it, grow in the language. Is there a family subscription? Thank you. Told everybody, right? So again, let me pull this up. Right now is not a family subscription, but that is the purpose for this right here. Look at this. Let me pull it up. I can't see it. Let me come up. This feedback, if you join it, even as an explorer, even if you're not subscribing, you should be able to use this. If not, I'll make sure that you can. But this is perfect. Feature request. That would be a feature request, or that would be a suggestion, right? Family subscriptions. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. A great idea. Let me pull some of this up. No question, but I must say all praises to the Most High. This makes me excited. Much love to the family. Look, I am extremely excited. I'm telling you, I am extremely excited. I was talking to Chief Principal about this. It's another thing that we're working on. I'm not going to put it out there yet, but this right here, only he would know, and my Isha would know, is a great foundation of what we were talking about. We are establishing, by the time this is done, and I don't know if it ever will be done, right? If you started with Duolingo, when it first opened, when it first started, it did not have what you all see today. They built to that. And we're doing something even more different right now. We are reconstructing the Hebrew language by utilizing the Hebrew roots that's already there. And we're first going and finding if the words is already in there. A lot of the, and here's the thing. Modern Hebrew is modern Hebrew. Let's make that clear. Modern Hebrew, 70% of it so far, what I can see of, is biblical Hebrew. The other 30% is they'll use the root, but they're misrepresenting the definition of the root, or they'll use the root. And when I say that it's similar, but it's not the definition. Then there's some that's not the definition at all, but they still use the root. So I will say this: when they first brought it out to converse in the language, they didn't have what we have today, right? We are able to use positively and righteously AI. And what I mean by that is to search out all biblical words. So if they're using a modern word and it's a modern word without a root, we can find in our text if it's already a word for it. And if it's not one, we can find our own roots that aligns with the meaning. That's what we're doing. This is going to be a growing, living process in LASHON Institute. And for those that join us, that build with us, that grow with us, you are a founding member. Well, you are a founding member if you subscribe. But those that become a founding member, you are part of this. Those that don't and just explorers, you're still a part of this. We're going to grow. We're going to build. All right, let's see. It says, is a founding membership price a limited time? $19.99 right now is that's the price for it right now. In comparison to we purposely put it at that price because most of the other apps you're talking about is higher. A lot of them are higher. And then also most of them are not doing the things that we implemented. We purposely are making it to where you don't have to go anywhere, and we're purposely making sure for Hebrew that is geared towards only Hebrew. And so much more. I don't know if you just came. I think you say you just came. So much more. Is there any more questions, you all? I don't want to hold you all too much. We're already at the almost hour mark. That's why I wanted to go. I wanted to stop and be done by 50 minutes and then come with the questions. Keep asking questions, though. But right now, it is $19.99. Do I think it'll be locked at $19.99 to go going forward? It may go down, right? Because it's a lot of things during the process of building this. It's not cheap. Because I'm putting money into improving and we're improving. When I say I, most times I'm talking about us, all right, because we're one. But we're putting money into it to build it, just to launch it today. Just continuing to put money for it to improve. So as it grows and the number grows, I do foresee the number going down. Especially who asked that? That was Yosef. He asked about the family subscription. We're going to try to implement things like that. We're going to try to.
That was
Oh, that was Salakli. We're going to try to also implement for assemblies, right? We have the opportunity to bring things down for assemblies and congregation too, for their members. What kind of price will we do depending on how many members join? We can knock it. All these things. We are the creators. Right, so we're making it to where it benefits. It has to benefit everyone. And we have to make sure that it benefits you. It's a lot of work doing what we're doing. Believe me and trust me.
It's some individuals on Facebook.
Facebook, okay. They got something they said?
No. I just want to say for some reason we aren't able to stream on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time. So what we're doing is we're going live separately on Facebook. So if you all are curious as to what we're talking about, we just encourage you all to come on to YouTube so you can actually see the visualization of the app, because we can't shared the screen from Facebook Live. So just
Mhm.
want to put that out there.
And we're about to close out too anyway, so you will have to start from the beginning. Please check it out. I hope I went over as much as I could. I might have missed some things. The app looks great, Adoni. I think this will be a great tool for our community. I believe the fellowship portion will really encourage many to want to study and practice the language. Yeah. And hopefully build with each other too, speak with each other. I don't know if he was about to say something. I foresee with this Lashon, conferences and meeting up with each other in cities, that those that are a part of Lashon, and actually having outside discussions and conversations and things like that, utilizing what you're learning in the app. So if there's no other questions, if there's no other thoughts, we appreciate you all tuning in. We appreciate giving us your time. And for those that are serious about Hebrew, this is for you. If you're serious about it, this is for you. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be purposeful and intentional. That's why you're not going to be able to jump to the next day until you complete the day. You're not going to be able to jump anywhere until you listen to it 5 times. We're going to force you to, because we have taught people, and a great majority of them, no knock on them, because you are a part of a society that speaks English. It's going to take us for us to be intentional, you all. So we're doing our job to help righteously force you to be intentional. So if you're seeing you're on day 1 and you can't get to day 2 and it's actually day 3 or 4, that means that you're not putting the work in. You got to listen to it 5 times just to move to the next day. And then the next day, you got to listen to it 5 times just to move to the next day. Another thing I want to do, I would love, because some people don't want to just hear the same person, right? My Isha is going to do her part as well. I would love for some of the members, when you get to a certain level, get to a certain point, a founding member more specifically, to be able to have their voice on it too. So we can have multiple speakers. You might have somebody that speaks really fast, that slur what they talk, don't enunciate. You got to be able to hear all of that. Your ears have to become used to that. Shalom, shalom, Chief Prince. I don't know if you're just getting here. But check it out after. You good? Anything else?
I wanted to say, I think one of the goals that we could look forward to is like just with recent events, you go out and you see other cultures and they're speaking their own language and they're speaking English. And a lot of times, unless you know what they're Spanish or whatever it is they're speaking, you don't know what they're talking about. They could be talking about you. I only know a little bit of Spanish because my father is fluent in it. And that was actually because of the different places we lived. He spoke Spanish a lot in the house. So there were things that he naturally said in Spanish growing up that we knew what he meant when he said it. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, I think that we can take this and really have the goal of little by little implementing what we do know, more shalom. I'm sorry. Shalom is good, but that's a common greeting, and we want to go further than just being able to say shalom. Some people say shalom and then some people say see you later. But we want to add more to it, because I think the more we add little by little, the more our ears will get used to it, and we'll be able to slowly but surely not just be a people, but be a people, have our language, have our clothing and our lifestyle, and everything will kind of just fit in tandem. If you all understanding what I'm trying to get to, having the goal to be able to speak it around each other. Not that we're trying to secretly say things, but
I am. I'm playing.
That's a part of being a people, is having a language. So that's one of the things I would say.
What makes a nation is a language. A language is the first thing before anything. So when we call ourselves, when we say we're a nation, and we come up with, and I don't knock anybody that, say, well, we'll use F&I 3 and 9. I'm not gonna get into that. And all these different things, but we speak in English. we want to learn French and we want to learn Spanish. Why not learn whatever dialect you believe? That's why we put the paleo script on here too, so it can help you and grow into whatever you're trying to do. Learn a language, learn a dialect of whatever you like in Hebrew. Right? Speak, learn. It helps. It helps with a lot of things. It helps with your memory too. All these things. So it's effective, you know. But we could keep going. Let me share this. Shalom, shalom. Proud of you, Yadid and Bati. The app looks great and it's going to be a great tool to use to grow in learning, reading, and speaking Hebrew. This is exciting for us, a people, and as a community. Yes. Yeah. Toda, Toda. Shalom, fam. Shalom, Adon. Blessings to your household. Glad you guys are safe after the crash. And may the Supreme King God bless your journey. Yirmiyahu from Sandersville. Shalom, shalom. We pray that you and your household is doing well. Toda for tuning in. If you just came in, man, take the time and check it out. You know, again, you don't necessarily have to become a member, but be an explorer. You never know. You may actually want to continue. And that's the goal, to give you the opportunity to continue or to help start you on your journey by yourself. But as Gadola said, Ayala, we're trying to build a true community in this. We're trying to establish something for us as the people. Some people might say, well, y'all establishing it and you charging them for membership. Well, we do that for everything. You know, we support everyone else when they have these things that we believe in and we want to do. We're literally putting in a lot of work for this, and this is just a beginning. So without further ado, anything else?
I was just gonna kind of say something to what Adon, I believe is Yirmiyahu said. For those that don't know, we were in an accident. Was a couple days ago, and that is just it was a real scary event for us. And in the midst of that, we still have to do what it is we have to do. We have to continue life, even without, currently having a vehicle. And for those that are wondering, there's some things right now being in review. Can't, share too much of that, legal purposes, but, life still has to go on, even in the midst of everything that happens. So with us doing this, it doesn't just help us, but it also helps the community. When you find people putting in a lot of work for something that will be beneficial to our people, but particularly our culture, that's something that you want to find yourself in. Even if you can't personally contribute to it, you could always share it. When it comes down to businesses and organizations, if you can't yourself monetarily participate, then the best thing is to share it with someone. Someone might be really interested, because there are times like this where stuff happens in life and you have to recuperate and you have to just get through the motion of things, not just physically, but emotionally, after experiencing something as traumatic as that. We have to keep going. Life goes on. So the support will be great. Even if you can't monetarily support, sharing it with someone would also be supportive.
And if you can't monetarily support it, you could still join the platform.
Yeah.
For the free version. So we appreciate it. What Maisha says is true. And we got to keep going no matter what. If what happened to us caused us to want to pull back and not do what we're supposed to do, what the Supreme King Yah is pushing us to do in all these different directions, the teaching, the putting this together, all these different things, then we're not true servants of the Supreme King. We don't believe like we claim we do. I'm gonna pull this up, and then we're gonna go ahead and close out, you all. It says awesome. Shalom, shalom, Adon. Wait, this is Adon, right?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. Forgive me, Gaber. So awesome. Toda Yahweh for your work to get us back to where we need to be with the language. I love to hear our language spoken. Gamani. Many say you are the people, but can't speak the language. That is true. It's not a shot. And I'm gonna close out after I respond to this. You all, it is not a shot when that's being said. To be a nation, you should focus on your language. We're not going to get into theology. But what we can get into is the biblical text. Whether it's Paleo script or whether it's Aramaic block script, whichever one you decide, that's just to convey the message you're speaking. Do we know exactly what Moshe said, how he spoke? The answer is no. But that's something that a lot of us use to detour us from wanting to learn a language. Wanting to learn a language that we believe is ours or the people that we believe to be. Give your children something. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. I know why people say what they say. Somebody say, is it hard to learn? No. You know what makes it hard to learn? Shalom, shalom, Gebert. If you can, make sure you check out the video on YouTube. You'll be able to see us go through it. It isn't hard. What makes a language hard to learn is when you're doing it yourself. That's one. Number two is when you're doing it yourself. Number three is when you don't know how to learn a language. But the main thing is us not putting the work in. You're combating the language you speak. Everybody you talk to speaks English. My Isha said her father spoke or speaks, and I witnessed it. Trust me, he was speaking to people in Brazil and all that stuff when we was on another app. But he was around Hispanics often. That's how he was immersed in it. So this platform, we're putting you in a place to where you're immersed, but the problem is you may get bored. So that's a decision that you will make. But if you have a goal, it's your end goal. What's your reason why? When I was a personal trainer, I used to say, we used to always ask, what's your why? Your why will determine if you're going to be successful. If your why is not strong enough, it's going to be hard for you. If you really want to learn the language, do not let anyone detour you from it. Do not let anyone use Isaiah 28. Do not let anyone use Zephaniah 3 and 9. Because I will tell you that's not what it's saying. I did articles on it too, by the way. But just learn it because it's going to help you. All right, so hopefully I answered your question. You could get a hold of my Ishai if you got more questions, Gabera Keisha. Anybody got questions, you can reach out to us personally.
Yeah, want to put the email out there?
Email is houseofbalance12@gmail.com. Houseofbalance12@gmail.com. But in the meantime, just join, sign up for that. It's free to sign up, and you will be able to tackle some of the what we're allowing you to have. You'll be able to go through it, and you'll be able to see. All right,
You have
good.
the link on here for them to join it.
Well, that was the website is LashonInstitute.org. Under our name, LashonInstitute.org.
Love you too, Keisha.
All right now. Love you too. No, we ain't met yet, but I met you through my Isha, through my wife. All right, let me put this on here for you all for about and I'm about to close out. I'm gonna press end. And the music is going to close us out, but I'm going to type this for you all to be able to write it down. All right. So here is the this is the website. There you go. All right, you all. And the Most High bless and guard you all. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah. to the land, child, woman, and man, as we take up for what we stand. Better days and better nights, as we stand and unite. We're one and the same. Why is it so hard not to point and to blame? Better sheet, get our houses in order, and we'll see the peace. There are steps that we must take if we wanna see.
I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us.
The sake of us, the sake of us.
I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us. No more failing, telling, being beneath. What a beautiful moment, and a sight I can't wait to see. Even if I miss it, at least I wasn't part of the mission. Changing lives of men, women, and children. Our glory goes to He that causes us all to be. Oh, and if they're thinking we can, show them that just as long as we stand. A monument, we the people can't be broken as long as we stay focused. I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us. For the sake of us. I see my people rising, no more stopping us. A couple billion acres across America, us. The peace rose for the sake of us. I see my